Your Majesty? Your Majesty has been sent to the prison. Don't blame me. It's all cause and effect. Your mother framed my mother back then, and made her die in the cold palace, and made me suffer humiliation in the cold palace, and grew up alone. You got what you deserve today. It's all because you owe me, do you understand? If you beg me now, I might let you go. I might let you go. I will never bow to traitors. It's me, Xiaozi Hongwen. It's me. In the end, I have to thank Waner. Thanks to my years of training her, taught her piano, chess, calligraphy, and painting, and cater to your preferences. And trained her to be the sharpest knife in my hand. Ha ha ha. I will make Xiao Shuani pay for his father's murder. I will make you pay the price. I made the poison on you. And I asked him to put the poison in your medicinal meal. Your Majesty, it's good. Is it delicious? How could Wanwan's cooking be bad? He obeys me in everything. He does everything for me. What a bad luck. Take his corpse out. Hanging at the city gate. Yes. Come. Yes. Your Majesty, you ordered the massacre of General's mansion. I have silenced all the people who know about it. The people around the Empress are also unaware of the massacre of the General's mansion. So, you were the one who ordered my family's execution. All these years, you've been using me. I'm just a pawn in your game. Wana, why are you here? Mo Foam, why haven't you taken the Empress back? Waner. Waner, the miracle doctor. Waner. Come. Come back with me. Don't come. Waner. Come. Waner. Waner. Don't come. Don't be impulsive. It's you. It's you who has been using me. You've been deceiving me. It's you who made me kill Xiao Shuani. I did use you, but all these years, I raised you, taught you piano, chess, calligraphy, and painting, taught you martial arts. Now you are also the queen, and above 10,000 people. What else do you want? Blame me. It's my fault for not knowing people well. Xian Yuan, I've hurt you. I'm sorry for you. I choose you. I've wronged you in this life. Yours. I'll pay you back in next life. No. No. Doctor. Your Majesty. Doctor. Doctor. You're still alive. You're still alive. Shani. Your Majesty, did you have another nightmare? Your Majesty. I didn't serve you well. I hope your Majesty will forgive me. What did you call me? Your Majesty, it's time for court. These are all ministers. Why are there women in the court? Your Majesty proposed that women and men have equal opportunities in the imperial exams. During your 3 years on the throne, the effect is remarkable. More and more women began to study and enter the government. Among the students taking the imperial examination this year, even half of them are women. What's going on? I'm reborn. How did the world become like this? Your Majesty, you are devoted to the country and people. We admire you, but the inheritance of the dragon heir is equally important. Your Majesty, the position of the mistress of the harem is still vacant. You are 26 years old now. It's time to consider expanding your harem. Yes, your late father had you at 18. Your Majesty focuses on the country and the people, and didn't rush to enjoy. It's really a broad-minded style. You men are so ridiculous. You're just talking nonsense. What do you know? It's time to consider expanding your harem. Protecting the harem is the most important. How can I listen to your nonsense? Put national affairs first. You women are just ridiculous. It's nonsense. You are unreasonable. You don't know anything. When the tutor and the eldest princess come, let's see what they have to say. Teacher. Look up. It's exactly the same. This tear mole. When I was young, I heard people say that. The tear mole at the corner of the eye represents the unbroken fate in the previous life. Waiting for my lover in this life and next. Okay. People say that tear mole in the corner of the eye is the most affectionate. I'm greedy. I not only want your Majesty's love in this life, but also for your Majesty to find me in the next life. Okay. I promise you. Your Majesty. In front of me. Don't restrain yourself. Thank you, Your Majesty. What's wrong with him today? Why is he so abnormal? Does he suspect my identity? So he deliberately tested me. Your Majesty, the tutor and the eldest princess are here. Xian. Your Majesty, Your Majesty. It's them. In this life, not only my identity and Xiao Yu's changed, but they have also changed. No need to kneel. Your Majesty, please review the list of victims. The Lingi River flood. In the past, disaster relief funds were allocated. Funds were allocated layer by layer and restricted. In fact, the victims did not receive any help. Your Majesty, I think we should send special people to escort to the disaster area. This is a good proposal. It's up to you. Yes. Your Highness, you have a broad mind. I should learn from you. Princess, you're flattering me. I just did my best. Eneen, why are you outside again? It's okay, my lord. I just want to see you earlier every day. Come. It's windy outside. You're not well. Don't wait for me here next time. Let's go back. You're here. You really didn't disappoint me, Aunt Shui. I see that Jiangwan trusts you quite a lot now. It seems that we are one step closer to our goal. Lord Gao, what do you think of the Grand Preceptor? I think the Grand Preceptor is the kindest person I've ever met, besides being loyal to His Majesty, but also cares about the people. Last year, he even used all his savings to repair the CEO Bureau. This Ziheng in this life is completely different from the previous one. The past is gone. And start all over again. In his previous life, Ziheng did all the bad things, but now he has changed his ways. I can forget my hatred for Ziheng in the past life, but I can't forget your love for me. The happiest thing in my life is to meet Wan. I want to be with you forever. Me too. The adults and their subordinates have searched the entire palace, but found nothing. What kind of person can do it so seamlessly? Du Qi, you help me find someone. Dad. Ha ha ha. Do you hate me? Don't be nervous. I am not your enemy. Your enemy is Jiangwan, the future empress of Hanwei Kingdom. So, I'll make a deal with you. I'll take you in and help you revenge. Kill Jiangwan. After I ascend the throne, I will help you and restore the reputation of your Shin family. How about it? Little doctor, I will definitely protect you this time. Uh, 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 my lord. It hurts. Are you okay? Take it easy. Xinshin's condition is getting worse. We need to find a way. Find a way to cure her. Sir, the Shaoxuanya you asked me to investigate before. He is from Yiling and Jiangdu, and his family has run Shao Pharmacy for generations. A few years ago, his family was attacked by bandits, and his whole family was killed. His background is exactly the same as the records. There is no problem. Some things that seem calm on the surface. The more problems there are. The Grand Preceptor is stubborn. He only knows to follow Jiangwan. He is incredibly stupid. Tonight, Your Majesty will discuss matters with the Grand Preceptor. Yes. I'll retire. Haha. Your Majesty. This is the law that I think can be modified. Your Majesty. Du Qi, the servant of the Grand Preceptor. Miss Een is ill again. Your Majesty, you go back and see. We'll discuss it later. Thank you, Your Majesty. Your servant retires. Your Majesty, Xian Yi requests an audience. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Your Highness. The princess is discussing matters with the Grand Preceptor, and she didn't summon me. If we go to see your Majesty without permission, could it be that you are overthinking? Lord Qin. Your Majesty never pays attention to these rules. We're sharing the burden for His Majesty. He will be very pleased. Zihong. I don't think you can be a tutor. Oh no. Your Majesty. How could it be you? How dare you do this to His Majesty? Why don't you arrest him? Sir. Sir. Something happened in the Zichan Palace. I was going to set a trap for Zihong, so that he would resign and leave. But Xian Yi accidentally broke into the trap. Princess. What should we do now? What do you say? Princess. Your Majesty, you finally woke up. Where is Xiao Xianyi? He plotted against you and has been imprisoned in the dungeon. What? This man is disrespectful to your Majesty. Kill him for me. Your Majesty is here. Your Majesty, I really want to beat him to death. I've avenged you for this injustice. He is my servant in Zichan Palace. You don't deserve to touch her. Your Majesty. I dare not. Your Majesty. The maid confessed in her confession that she accidentally sprinkled the Huan Yixiang into the incense burner. Thus, it combined with the red peony flowers in the bedroom, forming a bewitching fragrance. If you hadn't come back at that time, the crime of molesting the emperor would be yours. From the time, it was obviously you who was targeted. Unfortunately, the maid has committed suicide. And now there is no witness. This is precisely the calculation of the person behind the scenes. If it wasn't to protect more important people, there was no need to push the maid out, to take all the blame. Chairman. Go quickly. Go to Yiling River. What are you doing? I'm making a sky lantern. Your Majesty saved Xian Yi. Xian Yi has nothing to repay in my hometown. As long as you write a blessing on the lantern, it will come true. What happened to your hand? It's okay. Sit down quickly. Give me your hand. Your hand is hurt like this. You still keep walking. Praying for your majesty is the most important. May your majesty's wishes come true. And all wishes come true.